They're very entertaining. But boy, they can be very like it shouldn't be to me like the Inquirer or TMZ. You know, we shouldn't come out with facts before or interview witnesses before the detectives interview them.
Right. That's crazy.
You know? Yeah. And that's people are getting, you know, it's like whoever gets there first. I swear, JLR, if he found a body, he would take a selfie with it from 4 angles and then he would call the cop.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know?
That's crazy. That dude sound like him from the little that I've seen.
Yeah.
That sound right up his alley.
Yeah. He's the one that I thought that Frankie Rusek, Galera was on John Crimes and you were going over it. You were doing a reaction video.
Yes.
And he mentioned that he had put out a meme of Frankie in a compromising position. And he said, I put it out and then I immediately deleted it. And that's when I realized that my life was, you know, was going to be helping people from that moment on. I guess he'd seen the error of his ways. Well, that's got to be a lie because I have that picture. And I got that picture like 2 years ago from someone that knows JLR. And they said JLR had made up a female Facebook account and was writing back and forth to Frankie. And that Frankie sent him that picture. Yeah. So I don't know how that got. I was kind of shocked to hear Glare say that. In fact, I sent it to Glare because he had been talking about the Ruseks. I don't know if they were going to sue or whatever. And I sent him the picture. How ironic. I sent him the picture and said, hey, in case they need this, I know who this woman is, or the man that was pretending to be a woman. So yeah, that was crazy.
Whoa. He was catfishing to get the scoop?
Oh yeah. JLR? What? Absolutely. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've got the profile and everything. He was writing to him in jail.
Oh, that's wild.
And got
What? Does everyone else know about this?
I put it up a couple of times in my a couple of videos I have it in, but I don't know. I mean, people, unless it comes up as an important topic, I don't think they pay attention. Like the Shanann Watts thing's kind of over. So
yeah.
But yeah, Galera should have been interested in it because he was talking to the family. You know, I would think he'd let them know.
This was early on, like what, around the critical K ever?
No, this is when this was like probably December of 22 that I sent it to him. I didn't pay attention to the Shanann Watts case.
So not that long ago?
No, not that long ago at all.
Oh, and he just ignored it.
He ignored it, and he had been talking about it that day in his life, how he had been talking to the family. And I don't know if they were going to start a lawsuit or whatever, but I thought, oh, hell, you know, this will be good for them to have, you know, and or anything he was. And I'm wondering if it wasn't if that wasn't the picture he had put out and then deleted. Because it's exactly what he describes, you know.
What the hell? Bro?
Yeah, that was weird.
That is disgusting. So what do you think? Do you think that led into like his beef with you?
Who, JLR? Oh,
Either
no, Glare? No, I don't know what made him so mad. I have no idea. He just he's like unusually mad. He's had my website since November of 22. And I mean, it wasn't like I was hiding it. I was never hiding it until JLR started coming after me. But I never had a reason to hide it, you know?
I don't really think the website was such a big deal as everybody keeps making it, to be honest.
The reason they keep saying racist over and over again is because during that time, and you really had to you had to know the players. There was this, and he's still around. His name is Sean King. Well, Sean King pretended to be a black pastor. And he was in Atlanta for a while. Well, and then he was running scams on Facebook and Twitter. And he didn't catch my attention until he jumped onto the Mike Brown case and started scamming another reporter. So that's how he caught my attention. What was your question? I don't want to go off on a tangent.
No, go off on a tangent. I'm listening.
I don't know why I was telling you that. But anyway, it started with, I don't know what I was telling you. But why I started it was because I was on Web Sleuth and the Trayvon Martin case happened. I'm walking through my living room. I hear this, what they're describing as it's playing, a child screaming and then get shot. I had to sit down. I was so just mortified. And so that's how the Trayvon Martin story started in the news. Maybe a week later, I started paying more attention to it. I really couldn't watch it. I thought I can't even hear that again. And I started seeing like bullshit. They were putting out a picture of Trayvon when he was 14, not his age of 17, which he had changed a lot in those years. Right. And that made me wonder, well, why would you do that? And then, putting up the picture of George Zimmerman, a mugshot that was like 3 to 5 years old next to the little boy. You know what I mean? It's like this convict murdered this little boy. And so I kept looking. And the minute I started saying, this sounds kind of funny to me, I'm not going to just take it as that's exactly what happened. Oh my gosh, all these people started calling me racist. Oh my God, you're a racist because you're not following, the script. And so the owner, she said, I'm just going to shut it down because it wasn't just me. It was anybody that would say, that doesn't sound true. And then news reports, and I started researching it, and a lot of it wasn't true. And she said, I'm just going to shut it down. Why don't you start a blog? So that's why my blog started. It wasn't like out of the blue, I decided to write about Black crime because I'd been writing about crime. You know what I mean? Right. Like for a very long time. And so I decided Ben Crump, the lawyer, is a shyster and that he amps up these cases so he can get more media attention, and therefore he gets a bigger settlement, right? Big facts. And it happens every single time. He doesn't necessarily win the case because he's not he's not the defense attorney. He's the attorney for the family. And so I saw him do the Trayvon case, and almost immediately he did the Michael Brown case. And he always starts with a saying, like Trayvon he was just walking to the store to buy some Skittles and a Coke, and he was shot down by a wannabe cop or something like that. And then Mike Brown was hands up, don't shoot. Oh, worldwide. Everybody was hands up, don't shoot. And so the information on that started coming out. But the thing is, the media doesn't tell you all the information that's actually out there, like that he had been what looked like robbing a store before he started walking down the street and then met up with the cop. I don't think I covered that one as much as I did Kendrick Johnson because I just think it was too convoluted, but there was a lot of destruction in that one. And Ben Crump just leading it on. I don't know how much money he won. I think $6 million maybe. And there was no conviction. So far, no convictions. He tried to railroad 2 men, just tried to railroad them no matter what happened. And they're still in hiding. And then came the Kendrick Johnson case. And that one was, his saying was, went to school with a book bag and came home with a body bag.
Oh, man.
Here we go. So that one was a pretty quick. I mean, they determined it was self-defense using the stand your ground law, like within like a month. Ben Crump came in because he was trying to repeal stand your ground. And so this was a perfect case for him, right? But in order for it to be a perfect case, it had to be a flawed case to be able to repeal it. So they decided to do this huge campaign. No, that was Trayvon. I'm sorry. Kendrick Johnson, that was a different one. But that was Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was all about stand your ground law. Kendrick Johnson was just about a kid that kept his shoes in a mat, like a gym mat, that he and a buddy would exchange. Like he'd go to gym and get his shoes, and then he would change and then leave them there, and then the next guy would get his. So these two guys shared their shoes in a gym mat that would lay down, right? Lay all flat. Well, during Christmas break, maintenance pushed them all up against the wall. And the one they put the shoes in was the first one to go up against the wall. Then I think it was 13 or 14 more behind that one, that one. And so when he came in to get his shoe after Christmas break, he climbed up on these bleachers onto the mat looking for his shoe. And so he got one of them and threw it out. Then when he went to get the second one, remember the mat's standing straight up. You'll hear people say, oh, all he had to do was move it and knock it down. No, he would have had to move 13 of them. And a 17-year-old kid is invincible, right? I can do this far enough and I'll get it. Well, he got stuck. He could go in, but he couldn't get back out. And eventually he just kept sliding. And he died of positional asphyxiation.
Damn.
And Ben Crump was on that case, and then he jumped off when the family started suing him. The family of two boys that they're, to this day, saying murdered her child. To this day, they've been cleared. There's no way they could have even been near him. They have video, but they just did a documentary saying, using those two boys' names, the mother is suing the movie company. That was a mess. I mean, it just remains a mess. So after that case, 2014, I can't do these cases. I mean, it was insane. It was just insane. It was too much with people coming after you. You know, a high profile lawyer with the amount of money they have, the amount of connections they have, you can't fight it. I mean, they're just not going to let you. So I just gave up. I mean, the family has never given up.